show and tell me what's going on. Welcome to the Joe Show because it's 8 o'clock on the dot. And tell me what's going on. Tell me how you. Yeah, you went there. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods. I'm going to tell you right now that there are ICE agents on the Orange Line. And so tell people, your immigrant friends, not be on the Orange Line right now because apparently they're looking for you to put you in detention. One of those detainment camps, or the way I understand it, a concentration camp. If that had being said, what else is going on? If you know who Ron Paul is, apparently we are shaming him right now because he voted down the fact that he tried to. We tried to get the 9/11 first responders medical funding, and they denied that. Jon Stewart's been fighting real hard for that. What else is going on? Today is a very special day for me because I am celebrating the birthday of two of my heroes. That is Nelson Mandela, Madiba, who was the president of South Africa, and Hunter S. Thompson, Dr. Gonzo. Do you know who Dr. Gonzo is, Hunter S. Thompson?
Do you call him Dr. Gonzo?
He calls himself Dr. Gonzo.
Right. And what does he call himself Dr. Gonzo in?
He calls himself Dr. Gonzo in all of his writings. Fair and Loving in Las Vegas, Fair and Loving on the Camp Fade Trail 72, the Rum Diaries. Have you read any of those?
You know, I've read like most things, at least a little bit, or like Big People, because I was an English major. I had to read everything I didn't already read to begin with. And like I love Tom Wolfe and the Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test. But I think I read, maybe for some reason I have not gotten into Hunter S. Thompson fully. And part of it is that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie that everybody loves. Yeah. And then I tried to watch that once and I just couldn't watch it. I think the movie is throwing it all off for me.
Well, actually, the movie is very close to the actual book. It's supposed to be about like this chasing of the illusion of the American dream. So yeah, I'm huge into Hunter S. Thompson. I've read most of his books. I've seen a lot of his movies that's based off him. I've seen the one that Bill Murray did about Where the Buffalo Roam. He was insane. He took a lot of drugs, he did a lot of things, and apparently he wrote a lot of truth about what was going on in American politics at the time. And there's this speculation that goes on about, like, what would he say right now with Donald Trump being in office, because he absolutely hated Richard Nixon when he was in office. So it's very interesting. Like I said earlier, another one of my heroes is Nelson Mandela. Do you know who Nelson Mandela is?
Have you heard of the Mandela effect?
I have heard of the Mandela effect. Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Mandela!
So, what the Mandela effect is false memories. The Mandela effect has to do with the fact that some people believe that Nelson Mandela died in prison.
And the Berenstain Bears killed him.
But anyway, some people absolutely believe that Nelson Mandela died in prison, and they remember seeing him die in prison. But he didn't die in prison. How did he end up in prison? He ended up in prison due to the fact that he was into the apartheid movement. Do you know what the apartheid movement is?
Was talking about it just this morning.
Okay.
I call it Menses.
Uh-huh. Well,
period. You're talking that time of you're talking the Red Sea. You're talking, oh no, these were new sheets.
I don't know what you mean by that, but
you're talking that anti-flow. that uncle, your vagina's bleeding.
Oh, wow.
As I call it.
we went too far. Anyway, the apartheid movement in South Africa had to do with the fact that white European settlers came in to colonize Africa and take all the minerals from it. And the African tribes there was heavily discriminated against, like it was here in America with segregation. And it got so bad the fact that they couldn't even walk down the sidewalk. If there was a white person walking down the sidewalk and an African person walking down the sidewalk as well, the African person had to go and walk on the road, which was usually not paved but muddy. Hello. What's up?
Hello, welcome to the Joe Show. This is Joe.
Hi, this is Jesse Lee Peterson.
Yes,
and
sir.
I just wanted to know how you guys are enjoying White History Month.
I didn't know that was a thing that existed, sir.
Well, it's okay. If you love black people, then it's okay to celebrate White History Month. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna let you go. Wow.
Hanging up on that one.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
I do not know. I've got like mixed feelings about it. I don't consider myself to be white. I consider myself to be European American. I am half Irish Scotch and half Austro German. I don't know if I consider myself. I don't know if I can like absolutely consider myself to be like that. I understand like African American History Month. There was a lot of things that contribute to America. It's there's a lot of mixed feelings on my behalf about it. I could tell you that there's some things going on in the state I grew up in. Do you know who Nathan Bedford Forrest is?
I don't believe I've slept with him.
Well,
I might know him casually.
he was the founder of. I say this openly because I'm against this group. I don't like them. I don't care for them at all. They was the KKK, and he founded them, and apparently
Okay, definitely not gonna fuck yeah.
What's that?
What do you do? What do you do?
Well, anyway, he founded the KKK. I'm against him 100%, and I'm against that group 100%. And apparently,
What about those letters ever occurring in sequence? Are you against that vehemently?
Nah, not at all.
Good. Me neither.
But anyway, there's a lot of mixed feelings going. Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. You're on the Joe Show. This is Joe. You picked it up. It's okay.
Hello.
Joe, you're in such denial. You are completely white, okay?
Anyway.
Wow. You're not taking any of that white talk.
No.
So you're saying you're not white. You're
not,
from European nations where the people there are not white.
I don't know. I mean, it's like this. I don't know about being in denial. I mean, I don't know. When you
That's an essential element of denial. I'll tell you.
No, I mean, I consider myself to be European American because, like, when you say like white, there's like.
But do you think Europeans aren't white also?
No, I mean, they definitely are. I mean, there's a lot of culture there in the European.
It's like you don't want to associate with the white race and people who associate themselves with the white race who have pale skin, which I can understand. I mean, I feel that way, because there are people that are like, the white race, I am white, and that means something. And I assume that you're trying to not associate with people like that.
No, I mean, I mean, it's just.
And you look pink to me, to TBHLBR.
I've got like a skin pigmentation known as rosacea, so I'm considered myself more red if you're talking about skin
but not
color.
Indian.
Not Indian. I don't know about
Possibly, maybe a third cousin. Do you want me to explain a little bit of the Jesse Lee Peterson to you?
Who's Jesse Lee Peterson?
So Jesse Lee Peterson, allegedly, who called in just a little bit ago, is a black man. I mean, I'm just going by looks. If I had to, if someone had a rifle to my head, I mean, if we're talking rifle to your head, identify these people, whether that's a black person or a white person. Yeah. In that scenario, you would probably identify as white, right? Or would you say black and take it for the team?
I think it's for
the team of humanity. You know what? I would too, Joe.
I think I'm allowed to identify the way I identify as. I mean, I don't know because like I said, I consider myself European American. I've been.
Would you never call anybody white, or would you call some people white?
I wouldn't call anybody white because that's up to
It's an insult.
No, it's not an insult. It's up to them to decide who they are. Like it's up to me to decide who I am. Isn't it up to you to decide who you are?
Yes, but if I decide I'm black, either I'm gonna have like a hard road telling people about that, or I'm gonna have to go incognito, make myself up to look like something that I'm not really, and try and hack it that way, you know? I mean, those are the only options if I want to identify as black.
Oh, well, here we go. Let's see who this is. Hello.
Do you love white people?
I have no problem with anybody. Hello?
There's a delay.
Do you love white people?
I have no problem with anybody.
Happy White History Month.
Yep.
You take offense to that. You don't like that.
I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all because, like, when people say white, it's like plain. I mean, if that guy says that this is the way this one month I do love is Austrian American month. Hello.
Hi, this is David Hatfield.
Yep.
And I was calling. I had a question for Joe.
Yep. Let's see how much trouble I can cause this time.
I was wondering what it's like to be a beta male.
I love you're so authoritative. I like this show. This is commanding. It's dynamic. So you're taking offense to the tone. You just feel it's a bad thing.
No, I mean what's a beta male?
Well, should we go? We could look it up.
Oh wow, okay. But no, I mean I celebrate Austrian because when you're talking about the country.
Oh yeah, I want to know about that. It's called Austrian American Day.
Yeah, it's called Austrian American Month. So beta male.
Oh, actually, I could even look up beta male over here. You know, I'll be the background producer for your show, Joe. No problem.
Beta male is a term distinguished used to manage for along with the counterpart.
Beta male, or simply beta, is a term derived from the designation for beta animals in ethology. The term has been frequently used in the manosphere, along with its counterpart alpha male, designating males that are not. Oh my God, that's the worst definition. It doesn't tell you actually what it is at all.
I have no clue if that. Beta male is an remarkable, careful male who avoids risk and comfort. I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I've taken a lot of risk in my time. I mean, that's how I ended up in
that's how just kidding.
That's how I ended up in Massachusetts instead of staying around Tennessee.
We could have been stuck in the South our whole lives.
It's saying that I avoid risk at all costs, but I disagree with that. I think I definitely think when it comes to being an alpha male or authoritarian, that a lot of people who are authoritarians have the problems. 45, the current president, is definitely an alpha male, and we're seeing the problems going
45?
on. Yeah, President 45. I like saying 45 instead of Donald Trump.
I love that. 45. I love that. I'm going to use that. I mean, I never talk about this stuff anyways. I love that. That is good. Take note, people. Yeah, I hope you heard that. That was good.
I love using the term 45 or the occupant.
Because it's impersonal. Yeah, it's not like being Crump, like Ronald Crump, or it's just being factual, but taking the... I like that.
The reason why is because I consider myself to be more agnostic than anything else because I don't really know what's out there. And
wait, hold up. What? Because... Now, I have been on the Joe Show, and the Joe has been on my show, and I know you're a Catholic boy. Hello, welcome to the Joe Show. This is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Yep.
Do you love the Great White Hope?
What?
Do you love the Great White Hope, I believe you said.
What's that?
The Great White Hope, Donald Trump?
No, not at all. I don't like the guy at all.
You don't love the Great White Hope?
Nah. What was that?
I guess, you know what? I think that this person, whoever they are, is trying to draw a correlation between not supporting Mr. 45, or what he's calling the Great White Hope, and being beta.
No, I mean, it's like
a beta male, beta fish. I don't know.
I don't care for the guy at all. And I can tell you right now that I absolutely support the 4 congresswomen that he used those remarks to. I think they're amazing. I think that the top of the...
What did he say? What did he say?
Oh, he said that they need to be sent back to the country, but they're in the country.
Wait, what country?
Well, actually, I don't know, because 3 of
They're all from the same country?
Yeah, they're all from America. 3 of
so where should they be sent to?
I don't know, because one of them came from Illinois, one of them came from New York, and one of them came from...
Illinois? Where are you from?
Well, she's actually from Chicago. She's actually the congresswoman for this district.
Is there an Illinois in here, or is that just me?
No, I mean, you don't call it Illinois. I say Illinois.
I like everything you say, Joe. I'm going to tell you that right now.
What you call it is Illinois. Because there's no S in it when you're in Illinois.
You mean on all the signs in Illinois they take off the S?
No, I mean,
on the side of the highway and everything? I can't believe it.
I'm saying that the S
I've never been there.
I'm saying that the S is there, but it's silent.
Just standing alone at the party.
I absolutely adore the women. I think they're awesome. I think they're brave. I think that there's been this thing to where, we've discriminated against Muslims due to 9/11. I think 9/11 had to do with messed up American foreign policy. If you study all the research and realize that we could have actually rebuilt the Middle East through what was called the Marshall Plan, is what we used during World War II. And we could have actually had a stronger ally the way we've got with Europe. And after the USSR pulled out of Afghanistan, we did too, because it no longer satisfied what we... no longer satisfied the fact that we was getting back at somebody.
We like that USSR.
Oh yeah, that was all frenemy back in the day.
Frenemy, good word.
It was what I was taught as the Cold Hot War, because we definitely had conflicts, but we wasn't, hey, we're going in, guns a-blazing, because we have nuclear weapons now.
You know what they told me that was as a child? They said, oh, the hot and sour soup of yesteryear. That's what they would say to me. I was so inquisitive about history.
I don't care for Donald Trump. I don't like Donald Trump. I mean, I think he's actually the American shame. I like the 4 congresswomen that came forward.
Well, did you dislike him? You know what? I would ask you.
I disliked him before he became president. I disliked him when me and some classmates at Southeastern Community College in Kentucky was making fun of him in class.
It's so interesting, the book,
because
it's
stupid.
Demonstrative.
It's really stupid. His policy, he doesn't have a policy. We are, absolutely immigrants. Everybody in this country is an immigrant. We don't belong here, we absolutely took Native American land. We absolutely left them for that. We do owe Native Americans something, but I don't know, I don't know, where do we go from here? That's what we're trying to ask ourselves as a country. I don't know. It's very sad. It's very shameful that some people consider him to be some kind of high and thou power, which he's not. How many times has a dude declared bankruptcy, How many times has a dude done something so ridiculously stupid that you don't know? I mean, I long for the days of Barack Obama, because at least we can say that we rised ourselves up to the top and that we actually had somebody that, we could be proud of. That's what I long for, because every time you found out some kind of strange secret about Obama that, it wasn't, shameful. But every time you find something out about Donald Trump, it turns out to be some kind of deep, dark secret. That's what I long for. That's what I miss about the Obama days. That's what a lot of people miss about.
Well, I've heard it. I gotta say, I mean, very impassioned. I'm hearing what you're saying. I myself, what I look for in a president is some inclination, some kind of window into what's really going on. You know, a president with a presidential speech in a with a presidential platform means jack shit to me. You know, I honestly don't believe in the whole, like, I don't believe in our forefathers. I'm not down with our forefathers. You know,
you mean our
I was a slave, and my other.
You mean
the
our
slave
flying
men
fathers?
was slaves. What's our fathers, Joe?
You mean our flying fathers?
Our fine fathers? No, I don't know what do you mean? Of course I don't mean that.
Our flying fathers? Well, Donald
You
Trump
said three different things.
No, I said flying fathers. And presidential parade during the 4th, which I absolutely missed because it was just to show that Donald Trump's authoritarianism is the fact that he said that, like, George Washington and the Continental Army, you know, secured the airports during the Revolutionary War. And if you have any kind of common sense, you know, you realize that flying wasn't there during, you know, the Revolutionary War.
Wait. Donald Trump said that George Washington secured our airports?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Where's this tape?
It's all over. I mean, it's on
tape. It's tape?
Yeah.
You can hear it with your ears?
Yeah, it's all over CNN, Fox News. I mean, it's there.
I mean, I don't know what that even means. But, like, to me, that's like, it shows something. You know? It's like, because of this presidency, there's levels of reality that are being revealed, you know, that like you can't stuff it back in a box, you know.
I wish
and it's like the whole like propaganda of the American government and the American president. It's like it's all hogwash from the get-go for me. And I think if you've got a shitty system and you evolve enough to realize it, why don't you just throw the system out? Why do we need our forefathers? Why do we need to elect a false god complex that we act like this one man is controlling the country, the most powerful country in the world. So he's really controlling the world.
No.
And it's really such a big deal. And he's really doing it all. It's like, no, he's not.
No, you want to go back down some? No.
He's farting at McDonald's.
No.
He's probably playing Candy Crush on his goddamn phone.
No, I mean, let's go back. First of all, he's not controlling the country. He's basically a bureaucrat, which is what most presidents are. He's a figurehead. You know, he can appoint and assign people and put them into embassies and stuff like that. He can, you know, it's a job, basically. That's the way I looked at it when I ran in Tennessee. You know,
you ran for president?
I ran for Congress. I ran for the second
I know, I saw that. And when are you going to run again, Joe? I
probably won't run again ever. I don't know. I've played around with the idea. But anyway, you know, it's a job. I mean, you're basically doing public administration things is what a lot of government is. It's public administration. You know, you're basically... Paperwork, talking to people, you know, making sure...
if I'm going to be president, I'll tell you that.
You're going to be president?
I mean, if I am, I'm going to have a slew of interns.
This is our last call for tonight. Hello.
Hi. I was wondering, can I ask Joe a question?
Oh, Lord. I'm afraid to ask. Go ahead.
Sure. So, Joe, I was wondering, if we get Medicare for all, is it going to raise the premium for everybody because you take so many prostate exams that it's raising the prices for all people?
I don't take prostate exams.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I've always been cleared by a doctor. I usually take a usual medical checkup once a year like everybody else.
So you don't put things up there for medical purposes, only for pleasure?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Do they squeeze your balls? Is that the prostate exam?
I
know they touch your balls. They've never done that to you?
I hardly ever go to the doctor because I'm always healthy.
You got to get that done, actually. They've never done that where they ask you to cough?
Do you know that guy that called up that said beta?
Well, do you want me to explain to you a little bit? I do know a little bit about Jesse Lee Peterson, who he said he was, but I don't know if he really was Jesse Lee Peterson.
I have no
But-
clue what's going on, dogs. But anyway, I can tell you that I hardly ever go to the doctor. I hardly ever been sick.
But you're familiar with that. You cough and the doctor feels your balls.
I have.
You
no
got to
clue.
do it. Believe me, I did the same thing.
I'm not taking the last call because I've got 2 minutes left and I want to clear up the conversation.
But like, I didn't go to a gynecologist for a really long time, like until I was in my 20s, and that's like not normal. But I was just like, oh, I'll go later. Like I was just like kind of like embarrassed about it, and I was just like, oh yeah, I went. I just lied to my mom. I was like, yeah, I went, and then I never went. And then I was like, oh, you're really supposed to get like a pap smear and all this, and it was a horrific experience when I actually did go because my doctor fucking duped me. My first time, she came in, she got everything set up, she got it all right. She didn't even ask me. She should have asked me if she could have like a medical aid in there, like basically an intern doctor, right? And then she switched me at the last second. So some young dude came in and fingered me
okay,
with this
Jarvis.
device.
Okay, I'm going to kick you off the show now because you've gotten on my nerves enough. I'm going to tell you right now, I've hardly ever went to the doctor. I've always been, yep, there's the door right there. That right there is the door. I've hardly ever went to the doctor.
I just shared that's a true story from my life. I just shared a deep personal story with you.
I'm trying to
what
finish
it's
up
like
my
to
show.
get your
I'm trying to
privates
finish
checked
up
by a
my show
doctor.
for tonight, and
Like, that's a
I've
real
got
story.
a few minutes left, and I'm going to tell you that I don't know who this guy is that's calling in, who's saying all these ugly things, and I don't know. You know, I'm for Medicare for all. I'm for anything that helps our system out, and you all have a wonderful, great night. Thank you very much. See ya.